Hi, my name is Dan Sommer, and my wife Jen and I are missionaries with the Evangelical Free Church of America. Specifically, we work with Apex Missions, which is part of Reach National and Reach Students in the Evangelical Free Church of America. Apex Missions is often thought of as a missions organization taking high school and college students on short-term missions experiences. While we do that, that is part of what we do. Apex Missions is not so much a missions organization as it is a mobilizing ministry. We're about reaching the next generation to mobilize them into the Great Commission, giving them experiences on the mission field, equipping them and training them to learn how to live on mission every day of their lives moving forward, and then also creating defining moments that students would be able to experience God's call on their lives for those that God is calling, and creating next steps for them to help them figure out where God is leading them and how they can serve on the mission field in the next generation. We're about reaching and releasing the next generation of students specifically to the mission field and into ministry. Anyone who's a follower of Jesus has the ability and the call to serve as an influencer in the Great Commission. Apex is about helping the next generation to see and understand and take steps towards that call that God has in our lives. For those who He calls to live on mission every day, wherever they may be led in life, to those who are called to serve in ministry and in missions vocationally going forward. The EFCA has about 500 missionaries serving globally around the world, and Apex Missions wants to be about raising up that next generation to continue to reach the mission field that God's called us to, and Lord willing, expand on that mission field going forward into the future generations. Partnership with us is not only about participating in the mission field for today, mobilizing the next generation to the Great Commission today, but it's also about mobilizing them to the mission field of tomorrow. God has said, pray to the Lord of the harvest that He would send more workers in the harvest field, because the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. And so we're not only praying, but we're equipping and training that next generation to go into the harvest field, to be used by God to continue to sustain and, Lord willing, expand on the mission field going forward into future generations. So partnership with us is not only about sending students to the Great Commission today, but it's about mobilizing to the next generation tomorrow. Colossians 1:6 says, the same good news that came to you is going out all over the world. It is bearing fruit everywhere by changing lives, just as it changed your lives from the day you first heard and understood about God's wonderful grace. That same good news that's going out today is our heart that it would continue to go out through future generations. And would you prayerfully consider partnering with us to mobilize the next generation, not only for the mission field of today, but for the mission field of the next generation?